Welcome back to Bendin Wrenches, everyone. On today's agenda, we got a 2017 GMC Denali. Buddy of mine got a hold of me, of course. You know, if you want to make friends, folks, get a hoist. He'd asked me, he said, Brian, you know, you got, a couple lifted trucks, got your mega truck, do a lot of off-roading and stuff. He's like, would you mind help me out? So he scored himself a 6-inch rough country lift, and he's also got himself some American Force wheels here we're gonna put on it. Gonna see what we can do, and hopefully real soon, guys, should be looking a lot different. Yeah, I got my helpers out here today. They decided to come out and visit. You guys haven't been formally introduced, but we got our puppy doggies here. We got Frank, and we got Violet. Yep, she's a 6-month-old Great Dane puppy, and then we got this dude, he's about 3. They like to hang out in the shop every once in a while and, give me a hand, so they say. But, yeah, so hopefully we can be a little more productive today with their help, of course, right? You know, guys, when you go to get into these trucks here, especially these higher-end ones, this one being a Denali, they always tend to sneak them locking lug nuts in right there. So you always want to make sure you dig through, rifle through everyone's stuff to find the key. But fortunately, we did. So that guy right there, you want to find him before you put it up on the hoist. So we're going to take her up in the air, see what we can do to get the front end pulled apart. Well, the fun part, guys, it's like Christmas time. We get to open up, all these boxes and, see what we can find. I see these must be our lower drop brackets for the lower control arms. Look at them units, guys. That'll be, I'm assuming, where the differential is. We got that. It's always nice to lay this stuff out, get an idea. Yeah, definitely. Here's the... This dev in the front one, you got Rough Country's logo on it, so we got a few of those more to come. Oh, what do we got here? Let's take a gander. At some point, there's going to be looks like our U-bolts. See what we got here. Oh, this is, must be for the rear. All right, these, trying to find our spindles, because I'm pretty sure we have to replace the spindles when it comes to this stuff. So we'll take a look at this box. This is the heavy one here, so this one something drops on my foot or whatnot. Oh yeah, there they are. I was waiting for it, guys. That's the fun stuff. That means we got to pull the wheel bearing. We're lowering the lower control arm. Oh yeah. So now we got a game plan. Basically, pull our wheel ends off. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take our tires off, pop the upper control arm, lower control arm, just get the whole knuckle assembly off, hang the brakes. Yeah, let's get started. So we're getting to the point where I've already pulled the brake caliper off. We did get the bolts out. It's just kind of resting there. We got a tie rod end loose. We're gonna go ahead and get our ball joints pop loose here in a moment and pull our CV axle nut. The biggest thing is you want to tie up these calipers. Don't let it hang from the brake hose. You may have seen your uncle do it, your neighbor do it, whatever. The biggest thing is don't do it. The potential for causing it to collapse or premature wear or failure. But yeah, so we're gonna finish getting this stuff pulled off and get her done. Well, we got it tore down to the CV shaft. We got pretty much the whole knuckle assembly out of the way. Next thing we gotta do is we gotta get up in there and pull our CV axle. Looks like 6/15s. And got a couple here for the lower control arm. We're removing that. See, I got my caliper tied up out of the way. We're not hanging from the hose. Yeah, it's a couple zip ties, but hey, it works, right? So we're gonna get this the rest of the way tore down. So let's get back to it. So basically, guys, we're going to repeat the same step from that side to this side. We're going to just pull this side down and get her stripped out. And then at that point, I think we got to drop the front diff. Once the diff's down, install our lower brackets, start putting it back together. Let's get to it. So guys, we're getting ready to pull the lower cross member, and at that point drive shaft and get the front diff out. Once the diff is out, we got to cut an ear off, I believe that. Do it like Mike Tyson, a little bite on it, you know. But yeah, we got to go ahead and cut the frame as well. They want us to chop off right about here. No going back after that, is there? All right, guys, we're gonna pull the knuckles and bring them up here, and we're gonna change the wheel bearings over to the new assemblies. So with the lift, you end up basically getting a longer knuckle, and kind of lowers the wheel bearing down. It's kind of how you lift the truck. So yeah, let's take a look, see what we got. Pretty straightforward. Got a couple 15s, and then we're gonna just tap that out and make sure we're good and slam her back in the new one. Got our Loctite ready, and you always want to make sure your stuff's tight. This probably isn't protocol, but there we go, guys. All right, so we got our new spindle. We got the other one busted apart. Quite a bit taller. I mean, you can see the difference. I mean, that's, you know, I mean, that's monster. That's 6 inches, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I always thought.
Legit 6.
You know? So, we're going to kind of clean this up a little bit. It's not in too terrible a shape. We're just going to hit it with the wire brush real fast, reassemble. We'll get that cleaned up. pretty rusty for 75,000 miles, but you know, that's Michigan for you. All right. So with these here, just doing the next guy a favor, you know, got the old Tin Man juice. I don't go crazy. I just want to put it inside where the wheel bearing seats. We're just going to paint a little bit around here. Just put the little happy trees. You know, just you never know. We might be the next guy changing wheel bearing on this truck. So, with that done, we got our backing plate. Put that back on. See the provision for the wire. All this to make a brodozer, you know? Let's see. Get that put on there. Look at that, buttery smooth. We got our bolts. Got our Loctite somewhere. There we go. Well, everybody has their flavor, you know? I'm a red guy. I'd rather it just not come out. It's a little too much, but we'll just put it on its brother here, you know? All right. At that point here, we're ready for assembly. I'm sure there's some sort of torque spec for it, but you know, the old Snap-on, she'll just send her home. Now we just get to repeat the process. Well, we got to the point where we are starting to put the lower cross braces in our drop brackets here. Basically, then we're going to lower the control arms down so we can get our lift. So we have to cut off, you know, I mean, to me that's 6 inches, but according to the tape measure, it's 3 3/8. So, yeah, no going back after we cut the frame. You know, it's so much easier when it's not your truck. There we go. Got her off, guys. We'll take a flap disc and we'll clean that up a little bit, but now we do the other side. All right, guys, we got to the point of the differentials out now, so we get to cut an ear off. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, they took the directions, say who actually reads those, but yeah, I'm actually looking at the pictures. So we got our nifty Sawzall. We're gonna stand this bad boy up, and we're going to just cut this ear off. That's what they want us to do. That's what we're gonna do.
One eternity later.
Yay! Now we're off. Now we gotta take a flap disc, we gotta touch that up a little bit, and then we gotta bolt another bracket on, it looks like. There was a differential support piece that kind of wraps around here and gives us another mount since we gotta cut that ear off. But it's got the electric rack and pinion on it, so you got a big electric motor that kind of sits there is the idea when we cut that off. It repositions the mount, so that'll help us out. Plus, we already got this broken ear here, so hopefully that'll give us enough support there too. But all right, guys, we got the diff ready to go. We got her all kind of ground up, flap disc, made it look all right. And we found our mount there, so we got that bolted up. We're hoping that's going to make up for our broken ear. But my guy, he knows that he needs a diff at some point, so we're gonna get it together, and hopefully that front mount just does what it's supposed to do. But if not, you know what? Not ours, right? Shh. So guys, I called my buddy there, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of things that are just, they're not really adding up. Well, we found out that this truck was it's a salvage title truck. It was a rebuild. So we were having some trouble trying to get the bolts in here, and then noticed a couple other things. You can see the frame's a little tweaked right there, and this frame horn's been replaced. I said we were having a little trouble getting the bracket in, so we're gonna get the old porta power out and see if we can make some magic happen. We're gonna use the old duck bill there, and hopefully we can spread her open and get that bolt in there. What do you think, John? Is that gonna work?
I think so.
At that point, hopefully we can get this front bracket in and get you guys back into, you know, installing some new shit. Give it a shot again here. We're gonna try and a little bit of fluid and a little bit of leverage, hopefully. Moving a little bit. Over here. See if we can get it straightened out a little bit. Just need to move around a little bit, guys. We got to grab this thing here, Bert. Yep, where it falls. Go a little higher. There we go. Tappy tap. Pretty bad, a $30,000 truck. We had to beat the frame with a hammer, but you know, try moving it down a little bit. I gotta catch that edge. Man, that ain't moving very much, is it? Oh, we may have to heat it. I guess just let it down. We'll see if that bracket fits now. Use a heavy washer on this outside if we have to. Biggest thing is, guys, we're trying to get this piece up in here without beating it with a sledgehammer. And yeah, we didn't move it very much. Maybe. Here, Bert, you want to hold on the bottom of this? We're going to go ahead and do a little tappy tap. I think we're getting somewhere, guys. Oh, nope. You gotta hold it, Bert. Hold on just a moment, buddy.
Yep, we got her.
There it is right there. Is that gonna come through on that side, John? Can you see that?
Right, go ahead. Yep.
Good?
Yep.
Okay, you're in.
All right, now, gotta repeat the operation. Wow, we're a little off on this.
GoPro, stop recording.
If I can grab a bigger block, you know.
Good.
Look at that, guys.
All right.
It's like our first new piece. We got, you know, we got some drop brackets.
Look how
So we got a couple drop brackets mounted up at those units. And we got this new front piece in, so I think we're putting the differential in next. That's the plan. So we got her all polished up, ready to go. So we're gonna get that put in next. Gonna get this unit thrown in there, guys. We got, oh, you know, 3 bolts to hold it in. Going pretty quick. 3 nuts, I should say, but. Biggest thing is we got to weasel it around the steering, but since we've now recently modified this and, you know, dropped it down 6 inches, we should be good to go. Tell you what, they can make these jacks a little faster. Forward a little bit. And then we got to, here, Bert.
Yep.
And you have the other ones?
Right inside you.
Yep, I got it.
I'm right there.
Yeah, we're just going to loosely bolt it in. And then we have our front bracket that's got to get a mount put on. How you doing over there?
Good. Get yours started?
Yeah, we just got to kind of push this over a little bit.
My way or?
Twist it towards me. There it is.
Good.
Yep. That. And we got. All right, and then we're gonna mount the front mount in just a moment, and we'll get that done. We'll get this differential fastened up. We gotta drop the sway bar. You see we got a little drive shaft clearance issues here, so. All right, we'll get to her. So we got the differential is in and mounted. We got our lower control arms. Now we went ahead and threw the sway bar and all that stuff. We had to put some lowering brackets for that. So we got that all buttoned up. We're gonna jump onto the struts next. Once we get the struts down and changed, we got these spacers over here. These dudes here. So this particular truck, I'm not a fan of these by all means, because it's kind of a, you know, a janky setup, but this truck has MagnaRide, has the electronic ride control. So, or, you know, whatever. We're gonna call it that anyways. And yeah, since they're about, you know, $700-800 piece struts, they don't make lifted versions of those. We have to go ahead and use these dudes. So we'll get them dropped. We'll get the lower control arms hooked back up with the struts. At that point, spindles, and then we can finally wrap the front suspension up. Or is that all we're doing? Let's find out. Probably not the recommended method, but we'll go through and check it here, but we'll get her close. Go ahead and get our axle lined up. That's the next thing. And then the upper, you'll start to see where the lift is generated. I mean, we move the wheel bearing down, hell, probably, I don't know, John, what do you think, 6 inches or so?
Oh, yeah, usually.
I mean, they say it's a 6-inch lift, but really, is it?
Yeah.
So, want to bring your bar in here, try not to scratch their truck, and get in here and pry it on the upper control arm, but that's going to fight me too, I see. Have to get a little effort in here. Get my camera guy to hold this. All right, got a couple threads down there. At that point, we're going to go ahead and tighten everything up. That'll be it for the wheel, and we're going to mount the brake rotor. We also got some fancy wheel lights we got to put on there. We're going to figure that out. Never done those before, but they say they mount to the backing plate, so we'll see. You know, guys, we always have one of those favorite tools, you know, just something that's just a cool little thing you bought, and got the old Snap-on man here hooked me up with a Blue Point, but it's a hub scrubber. And this thing is just about as slick as it can be. Put it right on your 1/2-inch gun, one-handed, go right to town, you know. How handy is that? You always want to clean these up really good, simply because if a little bit of rust is back there, and you put a new rotor on it like we're doing, you might run into some issues. So just ram around there and polish her up. About the handiest damn thing, isn't it? Well, we got her all together, guys. A little bit of process. We got to tighten the lower control arms, but you tighten them at ride height, so we'll set that on the ground before we snug them up. But we got our spacers in. We got our wheel lights set up. A little bit of process there, but yeah, they're on. So hopefully they work, because I really don't want to piss with those anymore. But yeah, I think we're ready to kind of bolt the wheel on and get the look, you know? Let's take a look. So I think we got the desired look, except for, you know, the tire only sticks out 9 inches outside of the wheel well. You know, he didn't want to cut anything, but I think the old lower valance and probably these dudes right here, they're getting chopped off. But I think we're getting there. So I think we're gonna get the other side buttoned up and wrap this project up. Hey guys, we got the front end done. We got her all wrapped up, and turned out pretty good, I think. You know, we got the old wheel lights going on. That was his end goal. We got, you know, all the different colors and all that fancy shit. So I think we're about wrapped up with this project. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Is there going to be a part 2? I think there's going to be. We gotta, you know, we gotta unsquat this truck, because we don't roll like that. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. Much support. Appreciate you guys.